Tonight, we are going to explore the heaviest subject in the universe. We are going to talk about gravity. We are going to talk about darkness. And we are going to travel to the places where time itself stops, the black holes and the great cosmic voids. But this journey requires a different kind of preparation. We are not just floating tonight. We are sinking. We are letting the weight of the universe pull us down into a deep, restorative sleep. So, before we leave the Earth, I want you to focus on your own gravity. Lie on your back. Feel the mattress beneath you. It is holding you up. But feel the pull of the Earth beneath the mattress. Gravity is not just a force, it is a hug. It is the planet holding on to you, keeping you safe from the empty vacuum of space. Feel your head sinking into the pillow. Imagine that your head is heavy, like a stone resting in soft sand. Feel your shoulders sinking. Feel your hips, your legs, your heels. You are heavy. You are grounded. You are connected to the core of the world. Breathe in, pulling the air deep into your chest, expanding against the weight, and breathe out, surrendering to the pull. Let go. Let the gravity take you. Tonight, we are going to follow this force to its ultimate conclusion. We are going to follow the river of gravity until it pours over the edge of reality. We begin, as always, by leaving the noise of our world behind. Imagine yourself rising up from your bed, but you are not flying up. You are falling up, falling away from the stress, falling away from the lights. We drift through the roof into the cool night air. The city lights below are blurring. The sounds of traffic are fading into a gentle hum. We pass through the clouds. Mist wraps around us, cool and damp. And then we break through into the clarity of the upper atmosphere. The stars are waiting. They are hard and bright points of light in the infinite black. But tonight, we are not looking for the light. We are looking for the spaces between the light. We are looking for the dark. We leave Earth orbit. The blue planet shrinks behind us. We pass the moon, silent and gray. We pass Mars, red and dusty. We are moving faster than light now, slipping through the fabric of space. We are heading for the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way. As we travel deeper into the galaxy, the stars become denser. In our neighborhood, stars are far apart. But here, near the core, they are crowded together. The sky is ablaze with light. Millions of stars, red, blue, yellow, swirling in a chaotic dance. There's so much energy here, so much radiation, but in the very center of this blinding light, there is a shadow, a point of absolute darkness, a hole in the fabric of the universe, Sagittarius A star, the supermassive black hole at the heart of our galaxy. We slow down, we approach with caution. From a distance, it is invisible. You cannot see a black hole. You can only see what it does to the things around it. Imagine a giant lens floating in space. The light from the stars behind it is bent and twisted. It creates a funhouse mirror effect in the sky. This is gravitational lensing. The gravity is so strong here that it grabs particles of light and forces them to curve. But as we get closer, we see the beast itself. It is surrounded by a ring of fire, the accretion disk. This is matter that has been caught in the trap. Gas, dust, planets, even stars that wandered too close. They are spiraling inward, like water circling a drain. As they fall, they speed up. Friction heats them to millions of degrees. The disk glows with a fierce orange and gold light. It is the brightest thing in the universe, swirling around the darkest thing in the universe. It is a perfect circle of fire. And in the center, the shadow, the event horizon. This is the point of no return, the edge of the cliff. Inside that black sphere, gravity is so strong that not even light can escape. It is a place where our understanding of physics breaks down. It is a place where space and time switch roles. We drift just above the disk. The silence here is profound. You might expect a roar, like a waterfall or a jet engine, but space is a vacuum. There is no sound. The violence is silent. We watch the plasma swirl. It moves at a fraction of the speed of light. It is hypnotic, like staring into a fireplace, but on a cosmic scale. The colors are shifting, from deep red on the outer edge to blinding white near the center. We are safe here. We are just observers, floating in the timeless void. Let us look closer at the event horizon. It is a perfect sphere of blackness. It reflects nothing. It emits nothing. It is the ultimate no. It is a stop sign for the universe. Anything that crosses that line is gone forever, erased from the book of reality. Imagine dropping a clock into the black hole. As it falls towards the darkness, you would see something strange happen. The clock would tick slower and slower. The second hand would drag. Time is stretching. Gravity is pulling on time itself, slowing it down like molasses. Just before the clock hits the blackness, it would appear to stop completely, frozen in time forever. To the clock, it has fallen in, but to us, watching from the outside, it never quite crosses the line. It just fades away into the dark. This is the power of gravity. It bends reality. It shapes the cosmos. It holds you to your bed right now. Feel that heaviness again. That is the same force that is crushing stars into nothingness. But for you, it is a gentle force, a comforting weight. Let it pull you down, deeper into the mattress, deeper into relaxation. We turn our gaze away from the center. We look out into the disk. Occasionally, a cloud of gas gets too close. We watch it stretch. It elongates into a thin stream of glowing matter. This is called spaghettification. The gravity at the front of the cloud is so much stronger than the gravity at the back that the cloud is pulled into a long noodle. It spirals in, feeding the monster. The black hole eats, and as it eats, it grows. Sagittarius A star contains the mass of 4 million suns. 4 million suns crushed into a space smaller than our solar system. The density is unimaginable. If you took the entire Earth and crushed it down until it was a black hole, it would be the size of a marble. A tiny, heavy, black marble. That is how much empty space is in an atom. Gravity squeezes out the empty space. It brings everything together. We drift around the giant, orbiting in silence. The light from the accretion disk casts long shadows inside our ship. It is a beautiful, terrifying sight. But we are not done. This is just a backyard black hole. There are monsters out there in the deep dark that make this one look like a grain of sand. We engage our engines. We pull away from the gravity well. We climb out of the galactic center. We are going to travel billions of light years. We are going to find the King of Kings. TON 618, the largest black hole ever discovered. As we travel, the stars of the Milky Way fade behind us. We enter the intergalactic void, the space between galaxies. It is dark here, truly dark. There are no nearby stars to light the way, just distant smudges of light that are entire galaxies. We travel for eons in the silence, and then we see it. It shines like a beacon across the universe. It is a quasar, a black hole so active, so hungry, that it outshines its entire galaxy. We approach TON 618. The scale here is impossible to grasp. Our previous black hole had the mass of 4 million suns. This one has the mass of 66 billion suns. It is a beast. It is larger than our entire solar system. If you replaced our sun with this black hole, the event horizon would swallow everything out to Neptune and beyond. The light from its accretion disk is blinding. It shoots jets of plasma out from its poles, beams of energy that stretch for thousands of light years. It is a lighthouse at the edge of time. We filter the light so we can see. We drift near this titan. The gravity here is so immense that space itself is dragged around with the rotation of the hole. Frame dragging. It is like twisting a tablecloth in the center. The fabric of space creates a whirlpool. We float in this whirlpool, surrendered to the flow. There is no fighting it, just like there is no fighting the need for sleep. The gravity of sleep is pulling you in. It is a massive, slow, irresistible force. You are circling the edge of sleep. Your thoughts are slowing down. Your body is heavy. You are ready to cross the horizon, ready to fall into the velvet darkness. But we have one more stop before we sleep. We have seen the heaviest things in the universe. Now we must see the emptiest. We turn away from the blinding light of the quasar. We head into the cold. We are going to the Boötes Void, the great nothing. We leave the monster behind. We leave the blinding light of the quasar. We set a course for the emptiness. As we travel, the galaxies around us begin to thin out. Usually, space is crowded. Galaxies drift in clusters, bound together by gravity like archipelagos in an ocean. But where we are going, there are no islands. There is only the open sea. We approach the edge of the Boötes Void. It is a sphere of nothingness, a bubble of empty space, 330 million light years across. It is so vast that it is hard to comprehend. If you were in a spaceship traveling at the speed of light, it would take you 300 million years just to cross it. We enter the void. The galaxies behind us fade into tiny specks, and then they disappear. We are inside. Look out the window. There is nothing. Absolute, crushing, black. In a normal part of space, you can see thousands of stars and galaxies. Here, you might see 1 or 2 dim points of light in the entire sky. It is the loneliest place in the universe. Imagine if the Milky Way had been inside this void. Imagine if Earth was here. When we looked up at the night sky, we would have seen nothing. No stars, no Milky Way band, just an endless black canopy. We would have thought we were alone in the universe. We wouldn't have known that other galaxies existed until we invented the most powerful telescopes. We would have been isolated in the dark. We drift deeper into the center. The silence here is physical. It presses against the hull of the ship. There is no radiation humming. There is no gravity tugging from nearby stars. It is a vacuum within a vacuum. This is what deep sleep feels like. A void where dreams and thoughts dissolve. A place of pure rest. Let your mind match this emptiness. Imagine your thoughts are galaxies. Push them away. Push them to the edges of your vision. Create a void in the center of your mind. A quiet, dark space where nothing happens. It is peaceful here. There is no clutter. There is no noise. Just the gentle expansion of space. But even in this nothingness, there is something. Something invisible. We cannot see it. We cannot touch it. But we know it is there. Dark matter. It is the ghost of the universe. It creates a web, a skeleton that holds the cosmos together. Even here, in the void, there are filaments of this invisible substance, like spider webs in a dark attic, connecting the distant galaxies. Gravity travels along these webs. It is a silent force, a guiding hand. It reminds us that even when we feel alone, we are connected. We are part of a structure much larger than ourselves. We drift through the invisible web, feeling the subtle currents of gravity. We are moving towards the other side of the void, slowly, very slowly. A light appears in the distance. It is a wall of galaxies, the Great Wall, thousands of galaxies packed together, forming a barrier of light. It is the shore on the other side of the ocean. We approach it. The lights grow brighter. We see spirals, ellipses, irregular clouds of stars. We are returning to the populated universe. But we are not going to stop at a star. We are going to find something else, something that defies explanation, the great attractor. There is a place in the universe, hidden behind the dust of our own galaxy, that is pulling everything towards it. Our galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy, the Virgo cluster. Thousands of galaxies are flowing like a river. We are all being dragged towards this mysterious point. What is it? Is it a monster black hole? Is it a knot of pure gravity? We do not know. We only know the pull. Can you feel it? Like a current in the water. You are being pulled too, not towards a place in space, but towards a state of being. You are being pulled towards sleep, the great attractor of the mind. It is calling you. It is a gentle, constant tug. You cannot fight the current, and you do not want to. It is easier to let go, to lift your feet off the bottom and float downstream. Let us follow the flow. We travel with the river of galaxies, moving through the superclusters, Laniakea. This is our home supercluster. Immeasurable heaven. It looks like a giant glowing feather in the dark, and we are just a tiny speck of dust on one of its strands. We zoom in, past the wall of galaxies, past the clusters. We find a quiet corner of space, a nebula. But this is not a birthing ground. This is a graveyard, the Crab Nebula, the remains of a star that exploded long ago. It is a cloud of shredded gas, expanding violently into the dark, green, red, and filaments of gold. In the center, there is a pulsar, the core of the dead star. It is spinning 30 times a second, sending out a rhythmic pulse. Thump, thump, thump. It sounds like a heartbeat, a cosmic heartbeat echoing in the void. Listen to the rhythm. Sync your own heart to it. Slow it down. The pulsar is slowing down too. Over millions of years, it loses energy. It spins slower and slower until one day it will stop. Everything slows down eventually. Your breath is slowing down, in and out. The day is winding down. The energy is dissipating. We leave the pulsar beating in the dark. We travel to the coldest place in the universe, the Boomerang Nebula. The temperature here is 1 degree above absolute zero. It is colder than the empty space between galaxies. It is the breath of a dying star, expanding so fast that it freezes itself. It is a ghost made of ice. We drift through the freezing gas. The cold is numbing. It numbs the senses. It numbs the worries. It acts like an anesthetic for the mind. Feel the cool air on your face in your room. Imagine it is the breath of the nebula, cooling your thoughts, freezing them in place. Stillness, absolute stillness. We have seen the hot fire of the accretion disk. We have seen the empty void. We have seen the cold ghost. Now we must go deeper. We must go to the end of the line. We are going to travel forward in time again, past the era of the stars, past the era of the galaxies, to the time when the black holes themselves begin to die. We accelerate. The stars around us streak and blur. They age and turn red. Then they fade to white, then black. The lights of the universe are turning off, one by one. Click, 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 until there is only darkness. We have arrived at the end, the black hole era. There are no more stars, no more planets, just massive, silent giants drifting in the dark. We find one. It is an ancient black hole. It has wandered the universe for trillions of years. It has forgotten what light looks like. It is alone, and it is tired. It is evaporating. Very slowly, it is leaking its mass back into the void, hawking radiation. It is a slow exhale. We wait with it. In the dark, there is no rush here. Time means nothing. 1,000,000 years is a second. We watch the black hole shrink, smaller and smaller. As it gets tiny, it begins to glow, a faint white light in the eternal night. It is the last light the universe will ever see. And then, poof, it is gone. It vanishes in a burst of gamma rays. The last structure in the universe has disappeared. Now, there is truly nothing. This is the heat death. It sounds scary, but feel the peace of it. There is no more chaos, no more destruction, no more gravity crushing things. Just a smooth, endless sea of energy spread out perfectly. The universe has finally found its balance. It is at rest. It is sleeping. And you are floating in this eternal peace, drifting in the afterglow of time. There is no up or down, no yesterday or tomorrow. There's only the soft, dark now. You are weightless. You are formless. You are safe. But before we settle into that final, eternal sleep at the end of time, we have one more mystery to explore. We must return to the active universe. We must experience the journey into the heart of darkness. We travel back to the era of stars. We find a solitary wanderer in the dark, a rogue black hole. Unlike the giants in the center of galaxies, this one is small, only 10 times the mass of the Sun. It is invisible. It has no accretion disk, no ring of fire to give it away. It is just a ghost, moving silently through the star fields. The only way we know it is there is by watching the stars behind it. As it drifts past them, their light warps and twists, like looking at a candle through a glass of water. It is a lens of pure gravity. We steer our ship towards this invisible sphere. We are going to do the impossible. We are going to get close, closer than any star, closer than any planet. We are going to enter the domain of the beast. As we approach, the first thing you notice is the silence. It is a heavy silence. The gravity here is a physical weight on the hull of the ship. You can feel it in your bones. It feels like a heavy blanket being pulled over you on a cold night, pressing you down into the mattress, comforting, enveloping. We reach a specific point in space, the photon sphere. This is a magical boundary. Here, gravity is so strong that light itself is trapped in an orbit. Photons, particles of light, are circling the black hole like moons. If you were to look out the window right now, you would see something impossible. You would see the back of your own head. The light reflecting off the back of our ship travels around the black hole and comes back to hit us in the eyes. We are trapped in a hall of mirrors, a cosmic echo chamber of light. The universe above us looks distorted. The star field is shrunk into a bright circle of light above our heads. Below us, there is only the shadow, the event horizon. It looks like a hole cut out of reality, a circle of perfect, matte black. It is not a solid surface, it is a horizon, like the horizon on the ocean. It is simply the point where you can no longer see what is beyond. We drift closer. We are falling now. The engines are off. We are surrendering to the pull. Gravity is the only pilot. As we fall, time begins to play tricks. To the universe outside, we are slowing down. If someone were watching us from Earth, they would see our ship moving slower and slower. They would see our lights turning red. Gravitational redshift. The light is fighting to climb out of the gravity well, losing energy, stretching into deep red wavelengths to the outside world. We never truly fall in. We just fade away, like a ghost disappearing at dawn. But to us, inside the ship, time feels normal. We are just falling into a deep sleep. We cross the line. We pass the event horizon. There is no bump, no flash of light, just a smooth transition from the known to the unknown. We are now cut off from the rest of the universe. We can never go back. We can never send a message out. We are in a private universe, a secret room locked from the inside. Look at the view screens. The universe we left behind is now just a circle of light behind us, like looking up from the bottom of a deep well. That circle is shrinking. The darkness is growing. We are falling towards the center, towards the singularity, the point of infinite density, the heart of the black hole. Physics tells us that at the center, space and time are broken. But here, in the darkness, It doesn't feel broken. It feels unified. All the noise, all the light, all the complexity of the world is crushed down into a single point: simplicity. That is what the singularity is. It is the ultimate simplification. Your mind seeks this simplicity. When you sleep, you are seeking your own singularity, a point where the world disappears, where the self disappears, where there is only existence, pure and simple. We drift in this dark interior. There is no up or down anymore. All roads lead to the center. Every direction you turn is down. Gravity is gently stretching us, relaxing the spine, elongating the muscles. It is a cosmic massage, releasing the tension held in the neck, the back, the legs. We are turning into a stream of atoms, flowing like water towards the drain. It is not painful. It is a release, a letting go of form, a letting go of identity. We are becoming part of the black hole. We are adding our mass to its quiet strength. We float here for an eternity, suspended in the dark, safe from the chaos of the outside world. Nothing can hurt us here. No light can bother us. No sound can reach us. We are wrapped in the thickest blanket in the universe. Event horizon, singularity, sleep. They are all the same thing. Boundaries that separate the noise from the quiet. Let us pull back now. Let us reverse the film. We float back up, away from the center, back through the darkness, back through the horizon. We emerge from the black hole, back into the starlight. It feels like waking from a deep nap. But we are not done sleeping. We are just changing the dream. We travel away from the rogue black hole. We leave it to its solitary hunt. We are looking for something else, something older, something vast. We are going to visit the void within the void. We travel to a place called the Eridanus supervoid, a cold spot in the universe. It is a mystery, a patch of sky billion light years across, where there is almost nothing, fewer galaxies, less matter, lower temperature. It is a hole in the universe itself. Some scientists think it might be a bruise, a scar left over from a collision with another universe, a window into the multiverse. We enter this cold spot. The temperature drops. The cosmic background radiation, the heat left over from the Big Bang, is weaker here. It is a quiet zone. We drift through the sparse galaxies. They look lonely, isolated islands in a sea of cold. Imagine living on a planet here. The night sky would be so dark. The nearest galaxy would be a dim smudge in the distance. You would feel the vastness of space pressing in on all sides. But tonight, that vastness is not scary. It is spacious. It is room to breathe. Your mind is cluttered with thoughts, with memories, with plans. But here, in the supervoid, there is room for all of it to dissipate. Imagine your thoughts expanding out into this empty space, drifting away from you, getting smaller and smaller, until they are just specks of dust in the void. You are clearing your mind, making space, creating your own Eridanus void, a cold, quiet spot in the center of your consciousness. Hold on to that feeling of space, that feeling of emptiness. It is a clean slate, a fresh page, ready for sleep. We move on from the cold spot. We resume our journey across the cosmos. We have seen the heavy dark. We have seen the cold dark. Now We must see the hidden dark, the dark nebulas. These are not like the bright, colorful nebulas we saw before. These are clouds of dust so thick, so dense, that they block out the starlight behind them. They look like holes in the sky, silhouettes against the starry background. The Horsehead Nebula, the Coal Sack Nebula, great ink blots spilled across the galaxy. We fly towards the coal sack. It looms ahead of us, a wall of shadow. We enter the cloud. The stars disappear instantly. We are flying blind. The dust here is cold. It coats the windows of our ship. It muffles the sensors. It is like being deep underwater at night, or being buried in soft, dark earth. It is a primal darkness, a womb-like darkness. Inside these dark clouds, hidden from view, new stars are forming. Gravity is pulling the dust together in the secret dark, just as sleep pulls your thoughts together. Sleep is a creative time. In the darkness of your mind, memories are stored, cells are repaired, dreams are woven. You need the dark to create the new day. You need the coal sack nebula of the mind. We drift through the dust, feeling the potential, feeling the quiet work of gravity. It is a gentle process, slow, patient, inevitable, just like falling asleep. You cannot force a star to form, and you cannot force sleep to come. You just have to create the right conditions, the right darkness, the right quiet, and let gravity do the rest. Let the gravity of sleep pull you together, compressing the day into a memory, compressing the energy into rest. We emerge from the other side of the dark nebula. The stars return, but they look softer now, sleepier. We are getting tired. The universe is getting tired. We have traveled far. We have dived into black holes. We have crossed empty voids. We have flown through dark clouds. Everywhere we go, we find the same thing: silence, stillness, peace. The universe is mostly empty space. It is mostly quiet. The noise and the fire are just temporary exceptions. The natural state of the cosmos is sleep, and you are returning to your natural state. You are aligning yourself with the universe. You are becoming the void. We push forward again. We leave the nebulas behind. We travel deep into the degenerate era. This is a time far in the future. The stars have burned out. The galaxies have dissolved. But the universe is not empty yet. It is filled with the cold corpses of the past. We drift towards a strange object. It looks like a planet, but it is perfectly smooth, and it is dark gray. It is an iron star. This is a theoretical object. It only exists at the very end of time, through a process called quantum tunneling. All the matter in the dead star has slowly, over countless eons, turned into iron. Iron is the most stable element in the universe. It is the ash of nuclear fires. It is the ultimate state of rest for matter. This star is solid iron, cold, heavy, silent. It does not shine. It does not radiate heat. It just sits there in the dark, a monument to entropy. Imagine touching the surface of an iron star. It would be perfectly smooth, cold as absolute zero, and incredibly hard. It is the heaviest feeling in the cosmos. Imagine that your worries are turning into iron stars. They are losing their energy. They are losing their heat. They are becoming solid, cold, and still. They are sinking to the bottom of your mind, heavy, stable, unmoving. You cannot change an iron star, and you cannot change the past. It is set. It is done. It is time to leave it alone in the dark. We move on from the iron graveyard. We travel until the expansion of the universe stretches space to the breaking point. Dark energy. It is pushing everything apart. The distance between objects is becoming infinite. We are now in a universe where every atom is an island, an electron here, a proton there, separated by light years of emptiness. There is no more interaction, no more chemistry, no more biology, just solitary particles drifting in the void. It sounds lonely, but think of it as space, personal space, infinite room to breathe, infinite room to be. There's no crowding here, no pressure, no expectations, just you and the vacuum. You are expanding. Your awareness is spreading out, filling the empty room, filling the empty house, filling the empty night. You are becoming less dense, lighter, more ethereal. You are turning into mist, turning into shadow. We drift in this thin, cold soup for an eternity. And then we notice something, a ripple in the nothingness. Even in the perfect vacuum, there is activity. Quantum fluctuations, tiny particles popping in and out of existence, borrowing energy from the vacuum and returning it an instant later. It is a subtle fizz, a cosmic static, like the sound of distant rain, or the sound of your own blood rushing in your ears when it is very quiet. It is the background hum of reality. Listen to it. It is a white noise, a brown noise, a soothing blanket of sound that covers the silence. It tells us that the universe is still there. It is still holding us, even when there is nothing left. The fabric of space-time is a mattress, and we are resting on it. We let the quantum foam wash over us, cleaning us, resetting us. We are waiting for the final act, the big freeze. We watch as the temperature of the universe drops to that final fraction of a degree above absolute zero. Molecular motion stops. The vibration of atoms stops. The universe holds its breath, frozen, perfect, crystalline. Imagine your mind freezing over like a winter lake. The thoughts were ripples on the water. But now, the ice is forming at the edges, slowly creeping inwards, smoothing out the surface, quieting the waves. The ice is thick. The ice is safe. Nothing can disturb the water beneath. You are in hibernation, a deep metabolic rest. Your heart rate slows down to match the rhythm of the dying cosmos. Thump, thump, thump. Your breathing slows down, in, out. You are in sync with the big freeze. You are a statue of ice in the void, beautiful, timeless, unbreakable. We float in this frozen state for eons, preserved in the amber of time. There is no need to wake up. There is no need to move. The universe has nowhere to go, and neither do you. Stay here, in the cold, in the dark, in the peace. We remain in this suspended animation, but the universe is not done. It has one final trick up its sleeve, the expansion. We talked about it before, but now, in this deep future, it has become the dominant force. Dark energy is ripping the fabric of space apart. It is pushing the galaxies away from each other faster than the speed of light. Imagine you are standing on a planet, looking up at the night sky. In the past, the sky was full of stars. Then, it was full of red embers. Then, iron ghosts. But now, as we look up, we see something terrifyingly beautiful. The cosmic horizon. It is an invisible wall. Beyond this wall, space is expanding so fast that light can never reach us. It is receding, like a tide going out and never coming back. We watch as the last few visible objects cross this horizon. A distant black hole, billions of light years away, slowly fades. It turns red, then infrared, then radio waves, and then silence. It has fallen off the edge of the observable universe. We are now in a Hubble volume of 1. Our local patch of space is the only thing that exists for us. We are cut off from the rest of reality. It is the ultimate quarantine. But do not feel trapped. Feel protected. The universe is building a cocoon around you, a private room in the vast mansion of existence. The walls are made of expanding space. The door is locked from the outside. Nothing can get in. No noise, no news, no light. You are safe in your bubble. You are the master of your own domain. In this isolation, the concept of loneliness changes. It becomes solitude. Loneliness is sad. Solitude is powerful. It is the state of being alone without being lonely. It is the state of being complete within yourself. The universe is teaching us a lesson in self-sufficiency. We turn our attention inward. Since there is nothing left to see outside, we look at the vacuum itself. We look at the stage. It is vast, it is dark, and it is clean. Imagine a blackboard that has been erased perfectly. No chalk dust, no smudges, just a pristine black surface. Waiting, not for a new lesson, but waiting for rest. We float in this clean space. Our ship is just a speck of metal in a sea of nothing. We turn off the sensors. We turn off the navigation computer. There is nowhere to navigate to. Here is the same as there. We drift, endlessly, effortlessly. We are surfing the wave of dark energy, riding the expansion into infinity. It is a smooth ride. No bumps, no turbulence, just a constant, gentle stretching. Feel your own body stretching with it, your spine elongating, your limbs relaxing. The tension in your shoulders is being pulled away by the expansion of the universe. It is drifting off into the deep dark, never to return. You are becoming looser, lighter. You are expanding to fill the room, to fill the house, to fill the void. You are not a solid object anymore. You are a field of awareness, spread out thin and peaceful across the night. We have reached a point called maximum entropy. In thermodynamics, this is the state of perfect disorder. But disorder is a misleading word. It implies a mess. But look around. This is not a mess. This is perfect uniformity. Everything is the same temperature. Everything is the same density. It is the smoothest, most organized state possible. It is the state of no conflict. Conflict requires difference. Hot versus cold, light versus dark, fast versus slow. Here, there is no difference. There is no conflict. The war of existence is over. The peace treaty has been signed. The universe has put down its weapons. Gravity has stopped crushing. Nuclear fusion has stopped burning. The laws of physics have retired. And in this retirement, there is a profound silence. Listen to it. It is the sound of no conflict. It is the sound of your own mind when you stop fighting. When you stop fighting the insomnia. When you stop fighting the thoughts. When you stop fighting the clock. Just surrender. Surrender to the entropy. Let the differences dissolve. Let the boundary between awake and asleep fade away. Let them merge into one smooth state of being. You are not trying to sleep. You are simply existing in a state of low energy. You are matching the frequency of the universe, and the frequency is zero. Stillness. We float here for eons, bathed in the non-light of the void, held by the non-gravity of the empty space. It is the most comfortable bed in history, a mattress made of dark energy, a pillow made of quantum foam, a blanket made of the event horizon. We are tucked in by the cosmos itself. Sleep, little traveler. The stars have gone to bed. The galaxies have turned off the lights. The black holes have closed their eyes. It is time for you to do the same. We drift deeper into the timeline. We have passed the era of the iron stars. We have passed the era of isolation. Now, we reach a time that is almost impossible to write down. If we wrote a 1 on a piece of paper and then filled the entire universe with zeros, we would still not be close to the number of years that have passed. We are in the era of proton decay. This is the moment where matter itself gives up. The protons, the building blocks of every atom in existence, finally reach the end of their lifespan. It is a silent dissolution. Imagine a sandcastle standing on a beach. It has stood there for an eternity, but now the wind is picking up. Grain by grain, the sand is blown away. The castle loses its shape. It loses its edges. It crumbles back into the beach. That is what is happening to the physical world. The cold iron stars, the frozen planets, the stray asteroids, they are all evaporating. They are turning into a fine mist of radiation. They are turning into light. The universe is cleaning house. It is removing the clutter. It is erasing the evidence that anything ever existed. There are no more solids. There are no more liquids. There is no more touch. The sense of touch has retired from the universe. All that remains is a sea of particles, drifting in the dark. Leptons, photons, neutrinos, a soup of energy, spreading out thin across the void. But wait, there is one thing that has survived, one thing that is too stubborn to decay: the black holes. They are still here. They have swallowed everything else. They have cleaned up the mess. Now, they are the monarchs of the void. We steer our ship towards one of them. It is the last black hole. It has outlived all its brothers and sisters. It is immense, a supermassive giant that has been drifting for eons. But even this king is dying. In this strange, far future, quantum mechanics takes over. Stephen Hawking predicted this moment. Hawking radiation. The black hole is leaking. It is losing its mass, one particle at a time. It is not a fast process. It is incredibly, agonizingly slow. Imagine a mountain made of solid diamond, and imagine a bird flying past it once every million years, brushing its wing against the stone. The time it would take for that bird to wear the mountain down to nothing is a blink of an eye compared to this. The black hole is evaporating. It is a slow exhale, a long sigh into the night. We park our ship and wait. We have all the time in the world. We watch the event horizon. It is shrinking, creating a spiral of energy as it dies. It is giving back what it stole, all the stars it ate, all the light it trapped. It is returning them to the universe, recycling the energy. As it gets smaller, something beautiful happens. It begins to get hotter. It begins to lose its darkness. It starts to glow. At first, it is a faint, dull red, like the embers of a dying fire. Then, as it shrinks further, it turns white, and then blue. It is a tiny beacon in the absolute night. After trillions of years of darkness, there is light again, but it is a dying light, a swan song. The black hole is screaming its final note. We watch the final moments of its life. It has become unstable. It is trembling. The gravity can no longer hold it together. And then, in a fraction of a second, it lets go. It explodes. A blinding flash of gamma rays pierces the darkness. It is a supernova of pure energy. It is the last firework, the last spark of life, the last event that will ever happen in the history of the universe. We watch the light fade. It ripples out into the nothingness, growing weaker and weaker, spreading thinner and thinner, until it is gone. The beast is dead. The monster has vanished. There is no matter left. There is no gravity left. The stage has been cleared completely. The curtain has fallen. We are now in the dark era, truly dark. There are no more events to witness. There is no more history to be written. The past is gone. The future is empty. There is only the now, and the now is empty. The universe has become a perfect void. It is a sea of photons, particles of light that have been stretched and cooled by the expansion until they have almost no energy left. They drift aimlessly, never hitting anything, never interacting with anything, because there is nothing left to hit. The density of the universe is effectively zero. It is a void so perfect, so smooth, that it is indistinguishable from nothingness. This is the ultimate fate of everything. Every star you have ever seen, every planet, every person, every atom, it has all been spread out into this thin, cold, silent soup. It feels sad, perhaps. Oh, see the end of majesty. But look closer. Feel the quality of this silence. It is not a lonely silence. It is a peaceful silence. The struggle is over. The violence of the Big Bang, the burning of the stars, the collisions of the galaxies, the hunger of the black holes. It was all so loud. It was all so chaotic. It was work. The universe was working hard for billions of years, but now the work is done. The chaos has resolved. The energy has found its balance. The tension has been released. The universe has finally exhaled. It is resting. It is in a state of perfect equilibrium, maximum entropy, absolute calm. There is no pain here. There is no worry. There is no fear. Just a boundless, timeless serenity. We float in this peace, weightless, timeless. We have become part of the void. We are no longer observers. We are the silence itself. There is a strange comfort in this ending. It reminds us that all things must pass. All storms must run out of rain, all fires must run out of fuel, and all noise must eventually turn into silence. Your thoughts are like the stars. They flare up, they burn bright, they demand attention, but eventually, they too must fade. They must evaporate like the black holes. Let them go. Let the hawking radiation of your mind take them away. Watch them dissolve into the dark, one by one, until there is only the background hum, the quiet radiation of sleep. We have arrived. This is the end of the line. This is the heat death. It sounds frightening when scientists say it, but look closely, feel it. It is the ultimate state of rest. The universe began in chaos. It began with fire and noise and violence. It spent billions of years rushing, burning, exploding, and colliding. It was a universe of action. But now, it has earned its rest. It ends in peace. It ends in a gentle sleep. The temperature is absolute zero. All energy is spread out perfectly evenly across the infinite void. No energy flows. No work can be done. The clock has stopped ticking. Time itself has frozen. Because without change, time has no meaning. There is no next moment. There is only this moment, stretched out forever. The story is finished. The book is closed. The screen has gone dark. There is no pain here. There is no struggle. There is no noise. Just a boundless, timeless serenity. Think about your own life for a moment. Think about the noise of your day, the traffic, the voices, the screens, the endless stream of information pushing into your brain. It is all so loud. It is all so bright. But here, at the end of time, none of that matters. The universe has let go of its burden, and you can let go of yours too. You do not need to carry the weight of the world tonight. You do not need to figure anything out right now. The universe has stopped working, and so can you. You have permission to stop. You have permission to rest. You are in sync with the cosmos. The atoms in your body are yearning for this stillness. They remember the void. They remember the quiet. Imagine your mind is like the universe. It was busy and bright and chaotic. But now, the stars in your mind are going out one by one. The thoughts are fading away like the dying red dwarfs. The worries are evaporating like the black holes. Everything is quieting down. Everything is becoming smooth, dark, and calm. There is a profound beauty in this emptiness. It is not empty in a sad way. It is empty like a clean room, like a fresh sheet of paper, like a calm lake at dawn. It is potential. It is rest. We float in this stasis. We are the last observers, but our eyes are getting heavy. The show is over. The theater is dark. It is time to go home. But where is home? Home is not a place. Home is a state of mind. Home is the place where you are safe, where you are warm, where you are held. And right now, the entire universe is holding you. Gravity has faded, but the embrace remains. You are swaddled in the fabric of space-time, tucked in by the dark energy, watched over by the memory of stars. Feel the mattress beneath you again. It is the only thing that is real right now. It is solid. It is supporting you. Let your body sink into it. Imagine that the mattress is absorbing your weight, absorbing your tension, pulling it out of your muscles and sending it down into the earth, down into the core, away from you. You're becoming lighter, floatier. You're drifting away from the shore of wakefulness. The boat is untied. The current is taking you, drifting out into the dark ocean. The water is warm. The sky is dark. There are no stars to steer by, and that is okay. You do not need to steer. You do not need a destination. The drift is the destination. Sleep is the destination. Let us take one final look at the darkness. It is not black. It is a velvet color, a soft, deep, comforting purple black. It is the color of closed eyelids. It is the color of deep dreams. It is inviting you in. Come inside. The door is open. The sanctuary is ready. Leave the light behind. Leave the noise behind. Step into the void. Embrace the silence. Become the silence. And now, my traveler, we have reached the end of the journey. You have seen the fire of the accretion disk. You have felt the pull of the singularity. You have drifted through the empty voids and the dark nebulas. You have witnessed the evaporation of the last black hole, and you have found peace in the eternal silence of the end. The universe has gone to sleep, and now it is your turn. There is nothing left to see. There is nothing left to explore. The screens are off. The engines are cold. The mission is complete. You have permission to let go. You have permission to shut down. Feel the heaviness in your eyelids. They are so heavy now, too heavy to open. The darkness behind your eyes is the same friendly darkness of the deep void. It is wrapping around you like a warm, velvet cloak. It is protecting you. You are safe here. You are hidden here. No signal can reach you. No noise can find you. You are in the center of your own private event horizon. Let the gravity of sleep pull you in. Do not fight it. Just fall. Fall gently into the mattress. Fall gently into the night. Your breathing is slow, in and out, like the slow pulse of a dying star. Your heart is calm. Your mind is clear. The thoughts are gone, dissolved into the hawking radiation of the night. There is only the drift. There is only the float. You are weightless. You are formless. You are timeless. Sink deeper, past the dreams, past the memories, into the pure, healing void. The water is warm. The silence is perfect. You are home. Drift, float, sink, sleep, traveler, sleep. Good night, universe. Good night.